Welcome back to the channel, everyone. MJ Scale Modeling, and I am Mike, as you know. Just before we get started, I wanted to tell everybody if you are liking what you see, please like and subscribe and comment. And with your comments, tell me I'm doing good, tell me I'm doing bad, give me hints, give me ideas, it's all going to be read and responded to. So today, what we're going to start working on with our tank is we are going to start doing some weathering on it. First, we're going to throw a little bit more paint on it because there's a couple of spots I missed when I last painted it. So we're going to do that, and we're going to do some weathering. When we paint the tank here, we're going to be using XF61 dark green, and that's the color that I chose for the tank, and that's what a lot of people say is a good color for armor, Soviet vehicles, and stuff like that. If you don't have any XF61 and you still want to paint your vehicle and you're on lockdown, or the hobby store is too far away, or Amazon lied to you and it's going to be 2 weeks instead of 2 days, you can always do 8 parts of XF65, which is a field gray, and 2 parts of deep green XF26. And then of course your 3-to-1 ratio with your thinner and stuff like that to thin it out. But that gives you a pretty good Soviet green color as well. So first thing we're gonna have to do with our tank once we have it painted is we're gonna need to gloss it for the weathering. I have weathered, I do most of my weathering without it, but I think I'm gonna need it this time. We're gonna be using some Pledge Revive It, and this stuff works pretty good. It gives you a pretty good gloss coat to do your weathering. It makes everything flow pretty good. You can get this stuff at Walmart, Target, the Family Dollar, your grandma's cupboard. You can pretty much find it anywhere. It's pretty common. So that's what we're going to use to do that, and then we're going to be using a little bit of Tamiya panel line accent color. So that's the black accent color we're going to be using on that. And I tried using this before without putting a clear coat on there, and it just dispersed everywhere. It was a war crime. So I now every time I use that panel liner, which I mean it's okay, I use the Pledge Revive It. So we're gonna go ahead and get to work painting, and we are going to throw some Revive It on there, and then we'll start our weathering process. The whole time I'm painting here with my paint mixture, my airbrush is just not cooperating. It was plugging up, it just was low pressure, I was having all kinds of problems. So before I did my floor wax, I gave the brush a really good thorough cleaning and checked my air compressor and everything like that, and it started working fine afterwards. But it was just a pain in the ass trying to get it to work when I was doing this. Here I am applying the Pledge floor wax, and from my experience, you just kind of want it to be just shiny. You don't want to put it on super thick. You just want it to be pleasantly shiny, just enough that your wash and everything like that is going to flow properly. You don't need to put a ton on. So just a pleasant, even layer of floor wax will work just fine. Normally I really don't care about the bottom of the tank, but since it's going to be sticking up out of the bridge there, I have to give a little bit of attention to the bottom of the tank so it looks like it's been, being used in the field. And right here I am just painting my tracks with my favorite color. You all know it, XF69 NATO Black. That's the color I like to use on tracks, and then I usually take like a metallic gray or something like that and just kind of dry brush it. But I know a lot of people like to do their mixtures of black, metallic gray, or just metallic gray with dry brushing black, blah blah blah. I just really prefer doing the NATO Black and dry brushing the metallic gray and stuff onto it. And here I'm just using my Tamiya panel line accent color. By the way, how do you guys say it? Tamiya? I call it Tamiya. This stuff is okay. I like it fine, I guess. I mean, it is what it is. It flows okay. I just have a hard time leveling it off with some turpentine and stuff like that, you know. Either it all comes off or it all stays on. I just have a little bit of bad luck with that, but I mean, I like it fine. I mean, I guess I'd recommend it. This Tamiya panel line accent color actually comes in multiple colors. The ones I have are brown, gray, and black. So if that's something you guys are interested in, you know, like I said, I recommend it. I'd give it a shot. And the stuff I'm using right here is the Tamiya mark set for the decals. This stuff actually works pretty good. If you have like grooves and stuff like that, you put this stuff down, it'll actually kind of suck it into those grooves and everything like that. So it's pretty good stuff. This stuff I do recommend for sure. And the decals I chose for this tank for the diorama was the Soviet Army, Eastern Prussia, January 1945 logos. That's the 236 on the side there. And the reason I chose that is because I just kind of wanted it to be, you know, late winter or midwinter, heading into Germany, you know, just trying to get there as quick as you can, and they fell through a bridge. So that's why I chose the January 1945 decal. And I know you're not supposed to use your fingers when you're putting on your decals and stuff like that, but you know what? Screw it. You're not my supervisor. I'll do it how I want to do it. But no, seriously, it sometimes you just gotta adjust it a little bit, and the stupid Q-tips just can't do it. So I use my fingers sometimes. And one part of this decal just kept popping up every time I tried to put my mark set on. I'd just be like, oh, here we go. Oh, it popped up. Okay, I'll smooth it down. Here we go, nice and smooth. Okay, there we go. And it popped up again. So it was giving me the business there for a little bit. I was having a little bit of a hard time, but eventually I got my mark set on there, and it set in pretty good. And here I'm just throwing a little bit of chrome silver onto the hand saw on the side of the tank that the crew would use to cut trees. And I kind of regret using the chrome silver. I really don't like it. That's the X11. So I may go back and throw some XF56 metallic gray on it, just because I think the chrome silver is just too bright. I don't really like it. So I'm probably going to go back and fix that in the next episode. Here I'm just throwing on some NATO Black on the front track sections, and then I'm going to put some NATO Black on the track links on the side as well. And later on I'll be dry brushing some metallic gray onto those as well. Here I'm just kind of using some turpentine to kind of clear off some of that excess black Tamiya panel liner that was on there, and that's what you use for that stuff, turpentine, just like oil paint essentially, and that gets it off, and you can kind of move it around a little bit. And here I'm just throwing a little bit of XF69 NATO black on the track links on the side of the tank. And here again, since the tank is going to be sticking out of the bridge here, I gotta get those parts that you normally wouldn't feel the extreme need to paint. The inside of those wheels, I was painting black, so it's kind of something I had to make sure I worked on. And also, you can see I touched up the tracks where there was some primer still poking through and stuff. And you know, when you're working on your tank upside down like this, and you're already done work on top of the hull, it's good to stick a piece of paper towel or something underneath there so you don't mar the heck out of it and screw it all up. Well, everyone, thanks a lot again for sticking with me to the end. I know this is all getting very tedious, all this fine detail, and we are far from done with it, so we're going to continue that in the next episode and everything like that. I have started that other project that was non-135th armor. I just haven't recorded enough to do that, any videos on that yet. So I'm still working on that, and I plan on starting another diorama here that will be it's going to be a 135th armor diorama, and it's going to be pretty fun. I think this is the hint right there I got, that little guy right there. And I had to track this guy down on the internet, and everywhere I looked for him, he was not cheap, but I was able to find him pretty cheap, so I'm pretty proud of myself. But that's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of different things going on in there, a lot of firsts for me, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun to work on that one. So we're going to try to get that done before the competitions in the summertime and stuff like that, and also our other non-135th armor one, and we will keep working on our T-34 flying through the bridge diorama here on MJ Scale Modeling, so stick around for all that. So thanks again for coming, stopping by, and like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye now.